As we go on through the evening and even later on tonight, we have a low-end risk for some flash flooding in the green shaded area. This is one of the bridges that washed out when Locust Creek flooded last night, leaving residents of 4 homes without any way to come or go. This neighborhood here on Galpin Drive was one of the hardest hit by the EF2 tornado. Your poolside forecast for tomorrow does include showers and storms, especially as we go through the mid to late afternoon. So if you have your heart set on getting in that pool time, the earlier the better. Normally, Holly Jones teaches math class right here at Rosamond High. However, these times are anything but normal, and you can say the same thing about Jones' new classroom. You can see this is a massive multi-million-dollar repair that Madison County maintenance engineer Gabe Johnson says has been slowed down by some wet weather. We still have a few showers moving through the area, so overnight tonight we do have that elevated risk of some flash flooding in the yellow shaded area. That's our southern mountains, our foothills. All of the upstate, the risk goes down as you head towards the Tennessee state line. And so not everybody under that elevated risk is under that flash flood watch, but be aware over the next several hours of some showers moving through, the ground being so wet, there could be some isolated flooding. For the weekend, we get rid of that rain and we bring back some scattered showers and storms. A lot of them will be moving along quicker. They are going to be very hit or miss. Not everyone's going to get wet. It will be more like your typical summertime pattern. And we're back in the 80s. 80 on Saturday and then Sunday, a little bit warmer, 81 for that high in Asheville. And we do have a slightly lower chance for those showers on Sunday. So that would be the pick outdoor day. Keep the plans. Just know you hear thunder, you need to head indoors, so do something outside close to shelter would be my recommendation. Right now we can see some pockets of heavier rain moving through the mountains, including that flash flood watch area. And then we have some heavier rain moving into Elbert County, Georgia, continuing to move to the northeast, eventually on into the upstate. We get a closer look at this one area of heavier rain now moving on towards Waynesville and Highway 74 there. Hour by hour futurecast keep some of those showers around through the overnight hours. So we're talking McDowell and especially Burke County could get a little more rain before it's all over with, but things really settle down early in the morning. We have several hours of partly cloudy skies that will help warm us up and make things a little more unstable. So by 2:33, we'll have those scattered showers and storms forming over the mountains again. Not everywhere, those hit or miss storms, and a few of them could continue well into the evening, actually into early Sunday morning. Sunday certainly not a washout, though. Once again, we see very widely scattered activity, and a few folks could get hit with some downpours, but most people will not. Over the next couple of days, again, we do see areas of blue. This is over a 2-day period, though, and that does indicate over half an inch of rain, closer to an inch. But again, this is not going to be everybody. We have Laura, Tropical Storm Laura. We also have 14, which is expected to become Tropical Storm Marco, Tropical Depression 14. And the crazy thing about these two storms is check out the tracks. Laura expected to impact Florida on Monday, and then both of them are expected to become hurricanes. And look at them both along the Gulf Coast. They could impact such a large area of the country. Now, of course, the tracks could change. This is kind of early in the game, but so unusual. 2 storms in the Gulf. How rare is it? It's never happened with 2 hurricanes at the same time, but back in 2002, there were a couple of tropical storms. In 1959, 1 tropical storm, 1 hurricane, and back in 1933, the same thing. 1 hurricane, 1 tropical storm. So crazy stuff. It's 2020. Hey, you know, what can I say? 7-day outlook. We do see we remain on the cool side through the weekend. Rain chances going down for the beginning of the week. That will help bring back the heat. We're back in the mid-80s on Tuesday. Holly? Definitely a much calmer picture than that in the mountains, although we do see one little lone thunderstorm over northern Yancey County, and then a little more active as we head south into the upstate, where we do still have that one severe thunderstorm over portions of Greenwood and Abbeville and Lawrence counties. This is very slow moving. We can see the communities in the path, including Greenwood at 626. all the way over to Donalds. That's not too far away. But again, this storm is packing some heavy downpours, plenty of intense lightning, and it could bring some hail and damaging wind. Severe thunderstorm warning there until 6:30. We have this upper level ridge of high pressure jet stream still continuing to run well to the north of us. This has been keeping us so hot. We did get a brief break from the heat yesterday when we only made it up to 80. Well, we made it back up to 88 today in Asheville, and this is going to keep us hot yet again for tomorrow. Your hour-by-hour futurecast does show any kind of rain and storms really falling off once the sun goes down, patchy fog forming, and kind of a familiar repeat as we go through the second half of the weekend. 8 o'clock in the morning, starting off calm with a bit of fog in the valleys. Several hours of sunshine, that will be enough to heat us back into the upper 80s. And notice by early afternoon, once again, some of these showers and storms form over the mountains, and a few of them could be strong, maybe one or two of them severe. And again, they're going to be scattered, hit or miss, not that complete washout, but you do need to be aware when planning those outdoor activities. Some of them could continue well into the evening. This is a look at the 8:30 on Sunday evening futurecast. And then again, we get that nice break. Monday morning starting off quiet, and then Monday afternoon we do it all over again, along with more heat. Rainfall over the next couple of days. We see the heaviest rains expected in our western mountains and the upstate. In some locations picking up over an inch of rain there, but not widespread, real heavy rain. However, of course, different story in South Texas with Hurricane Hannah making landfall, intensified close to a Category 2 hurricane, right before making landfall, but stayed a Category 1, and the track does take it inland and then eventually over Mexico. Of course, bringing torrential rain to the southern part of Texas, Corpus Christi, Brownsville. This is a very flat area, and so a lot of widespread flooding is expected. Not a good picture there at all. Meanwhile, Gonzalo has now weakened down to a depression, and with Gonzalo, the track just kind of keeps it over the Caribbean, the remnants of Gonzalo, that is. Well, looks like I'm a little bit stuck on my computer here, but we got you right to that 7-day forecast, which I know is what you're waiting for anyway. And we remain quite warm on through the beginning of the week, but eventually that upper level ridge breaks down. That will make for a wetter and cooler second half of the week, Wednesday and beyond. It is going to be stormy, but at least highs are not going to be quite as high, back down in the lower 80s. Frank. Repairs have just begun on one of the bridges, and you can see it behind me how it washed out when Locust Creek flooded last night. The flash flood cut off 4 homes in this area. Folks here were unable to come and go, and on top of that, there is no cell service here. And emergency workers say their landlines went down too.
A number of these residents did not have any type of landline service. It's serviced by Frontier. That's been an ongoing issue in this area. But as you stated, there's no cell phone service. So with a flash flood occurring, these residents had no way to call out last night.
Emergency workers spent the day delivering food and water to the stranded, restoring power, and putting in temporary footbridges. Keller says more than 9 inches of rain have fallen in this neighborhood over the past week. He's concerned for more flooding with the remains of Hurricane Laura moving into the region for the weekend. In McDowell County, I'm KarenWynn, News 13.